Hello everyone! This is a quick guide to show you how to copy a CML or Cisco Modeling Labs topology with its annotations and node configurations to another lab within CML. Let's get started. Select the lab you want to copy, click into it, and you can start up your lab. First, you need to make sure you've got a couple of things in place. So on an Alpine Linux or Linux server, you can left click it. Then in the config tab, make sure you've got a shell script that will be sourced at boot. So this one gives it a name, an IP address, disables IPv6, and configures a basic web server on it. This is in contrast to the internal server. If we left click it and click the config tab, it does not have a shell script. I configured the internal server, which is an Alpine Linux node. I configured it manually. So this is not going to be copied over when we duplicate our topology. So we'll see that once we get it duplicated. For any iOS nodes, you can left click it, select the config tab. I have configured this router. If I right click it and select console, open console, it's got a host name of R1 and it's got some IP addresses. So it is configured, and I've written the config to memory, or copy run start to write it to the startup config. However, if I try now to duplicate this lab, the router config will be lost. So to make sure we keep it, you left click it, open the config tab, and select fetch. This will copy the running config to this iOS config.txt file. And once that's done, now we can go into the lab menu at the top, select download lab. It downloads a YAML file. Then in your dashboard, select the import button, import the file you just downloaded. Then in your dashboard, I recommend changing the name of the duplicate lab so you know it's a duplicate. Then we can click into it. And actually before that, let's shut down the original lab. So we'll click stop on that. In the duplicate lab, we will select the lab tab and start lab. After it's booted up, we can verify our duplicate configurations were carried over from the original lab. So on DMZ server, we'll right click it and console in. It's got the correct host name, that's good. And it's got the correct IP address. So that's great. Now let's verify our internal server should not have the configuration. Let's right click it, console in. You can see it's defaulted to localhost and the default IP address. So the configuration was not carried over because it does not have a shell script that will be sourced at boot. On our router, let's right click it, or let's left click it first and select the config tab. We can see it's still got the config, the iOS config.txt uploaded, so it should be configured. Let's right click it, select console, press return to get started. It's got the correct host name, and it's got the correct IP addresses. So we've copied the configurations from our Linux server and for the iOS router. And we've copied the topology and the annotations. You can also download and import YAML files for CML labs that other people have created. So if I go to Google and search GitHub CML labs, and go to the DevNet CML community, then lab topologies, then CCNA prep, for example. Then this is a lab with NAT, so we'll select that. Then click on the YAML file and download the raw file. It downloads the YAML, then go back to CML, go to my dashboard, click import the GitHub YAML file, click import, then go to lab. And now I've got a brand new NAT lab I can work on. I hope this video was helpful for you. Thank you for watching.